If your building's alarm ever tells you to use only Stairwell B, do not. I am the night supervisor for a 42-story high-rise downtown. You have walked past this building 1,000 times without looking twice. The mirrored lobby, the badge gates that click like teeth, the wall of screens in a glass box where someone like me sits and watches, pretending the city can be made safe with enough cameras. It was a Tuesday, slow, quiet, the kind of quiet where you hear the hum of the air handlers and the soft sigh of the elevators after midnight. At 9:58 in the evening, the fire panel chirped, not the full alarm, just the pre-alarm. The screen said, "Device level 42 smoke. Investigate." I acknowledged it, logged the time, and called engineering. Luis picked up. "Probably dust," he said. "I am on 40 already. I will check it." 2 minutes later, the panel escalated on its own. The red strobes began flashing. The annunciator in the lobby filled with red text. Alarm, evacuate, elevator recall, pressurization on. All of that was normal. But then the speakers came alive. "Attention, occupants. This is not a drill. Proceed calmly to Stairwell B only. Do not use Stairwell A, Stairwell B only." I froze. The script never says that. It always says either stairwell. Both are safe. Redundancy saves lives. The announcement could only have been changed by the vendor. And the panel showed no operator logged in. I grabbed the microphone. "All floors. This is security. You may use either stairwell. Repeat, either stairwell." My voice echoed in the lobby. On the cameras, I saw people pause and look up. Then the ceiling spoke over me. "Disregard unauthorized announcement. Use Stairwell B only, unauthorized." I have never heard the system use that word. The elevators dropped into recall mode, opening their doors and refusing passengers. The pressurization fans kicked on. Doors that had been held open by magnets slammed shut across the tower. People began moving on the screens. Office workers packing bags, janitors abandoning their carts, a yoga class running down a hallway barefoot. All of them turned toward the glowing signs that pointed to Stair B. Louise. I said into the radio, "Static." Then his voice, tight with strain. "The panel here says smoke in the B stair landing, but I do not smell anything. Hold on, someone is talking in the stairwell." "Who?" I asked. "Sounds like you," he said, saying use Stairwell B only. I looked at the microphone in my hand. I had not spoken. On floor 39's camera, a woman in a blue scarf hurried past, clutching a laptop. A second later, she appeared again on floor 38. Same scarf, same stride, same angle of her head, as if she were listening to someone. I rewound. The timestamps matched. Then I checked floor 37. She was there too. Same second, same frame. I told myself there were 3 women wearing blue scarves. That was the kind of lie you tell yourself when something is happening that you cannot explain. I called the warden phone on floor 42. It rang once. Then a woman answered, her voice breathless. "Security," she said. "We are in B. The air feels wrong." "Wrong how?" I asked. "Like it is pushing us back up the stairs. Like the stairwell is breathing." She began to cry. "It keeps saying the other stairwell is blocked, but when I push the door to A, it is." Static swallowed her words. Then another voice came on the line. My voice. "Use Stairwell B only." I dropped the handset. "Call emergency services," I told Marcus, our second shift guard. He held up his phone. "I already did," he said. "They told me units are en route before I even gave the address." On the north exterior camera, red and blue lights splashed across the street. A ladder truck's reflection shimmered in the lobby glass. But on the city's own traffic camera feed, the street was normal. Cars driving, a bus rolling past the intersection. No sirens, no ladder truck. Luce's radio clicked. Security. His breath was heavy. I am at the B landing. The door keeps opening and closing like someone is on the other side. The landing camera shows people, but the landing itself is empty. The fire door's glass is reflecting the last frame instead of what I am seeing now. Do you copy? Get out of there, I told him. Use Stairwell A. It is locked. Badge it. I did. It says access granted, but the light stays red. On my console, the access logs showed floor 40, a stair door. Last event. Access granted. Card 0000. That is not possible. That is a placeholder, an empty badge. The system was granting access to nothing. On the counter overlay of the Stair B cameras, the numbers went down instead of up. 33 figures on floor 41 became 32 on floor 40, then 28 on floor 39. I told myself the software was glitching. In the lobby, a group of evacuees waited at the base of the stair, looking up. A boy in a hoodie stared straight at the camera. His lips formed a word, please. Then the panel spat a new event, fire pump run, but the pipes were dry. No water flow. The pump was running for a fire that did not exist. I tried to make another announcement, but the microphone was dead. The all call button glowed red, frozen. Then the ceiling spoke again, using my own voice. Remain calm. Proceed to Stairwell B only. Do not stop on intermediate landings. On the glass trophy case, across the lobby, I caught a reflection. A man in a white shirt stood behind my chair, hands on the backrest, head tilted as if reading over my shoulder. He looked exactly like me. Then the reflection blinked and he was gone. On the cameras, people kept pushing in to be a woman, pounded on the A stair door until her fists were raw. The latch never moved. She turned to the lens, pressing her ear to the door as if she heard something inside. Her mouth shaped the word please before she was pulled back into the flow. By 10:21, the alarms stopped. No fade out, no cease tone, just silence. The only sound in the lobby was the fountain. On the monitors, the Stair B cameras were empty. The Stair A doors all showed closed. At 10:29, the real fire department arrived. This time, I saw the trucks, the flashing lights, the radios. They swept the building. They found nothing. No smoke, no fire. On floor 38, they found Luce's radio lying on the landing. They also found a blue scarf snagged in a hinge, but no people. We logged the incident as false alarm due to addressable smoke fault. That is what the paperwork demanded. Days passed. Human Resources requested badge logs to count tenants. I sent them. The numbers matched. But when I looked closer, the photos seemed wrong. The faces were right, but the eyes sat just a little too far apart. The hairlines had a faint seam, like a sloppy paste. At night, when the cleaning crew leaves and the lobby is empty, the panel sometimes clicks alive for a second. No alarm, no event, just the speakers opening like a throat. Attention occupants. My own voice whispers. Proceed to Stairwell B only. Sometimes, in the glass of the lobby trophy case, I see that man again. My shirt, my posture, his head tilting toward mine as if listening to the same voice. And sometimes the warden phone rings once. I do not answer, because I already know what I will hear. You think horror is blood and monsters. In buildings, horror is paperwork that says everything is fine, while the concrete remembers otherwise. It is an instruction you obey because the machine insists. If your building ever tells you to use only Stairwell B, do not. I do not know where it goes. I only know that the number of occupants on my screen never changes, no matter how many faces I stop seeing. The building is a mouth. We live in its breath. And every time the panel clicks alive and the ceiling speaks with my stolen voice, I feel how close we are to being swallowed. Remain calm, it whispers. You are almost there.